Trump signs executive order to lift U.S. sanctions on Syria. Major policy shift unfolds. In a major foreign policy development, U.S. President Donald Trump has officially signed an executive order lifting American sanctions on Syria. The move marks a significant departure from decades of economic pressure and isolation, signaling a dramatic shift in U.S. strategy toward the war-torn nation. A move toward normalization. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt announced the decision on Monday, describing the action as a step toward supporting Syria's path to peace and long-term stability. Though broad sanctions have now been lifted, targeted restrictions remain in place against former Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, his inner circle, and members of his family. Brad Smith, the acting Under-Secretary for Terrorism and Financial Intelligence at the U.S. Treasury, said the new order is designed to reintroduce Syria into the global financial system, potentially paving the way for regional and international investments. This is about reactivating economic lifelines and creating opportunities for recovery, Smith told reporters during a press call. What the executive order does. The order repeals multiple previous sanctions-related executive orders, including a national emergency declaration issued by President George W. Bush in the early 2000s. Those orders had originally been put in place due to Syria's military presence in Lebanon and its weapons development programs. This new directive follows a May decision by the Trump administration to grant broad exemptions from certain sanctions, which was seen as a preliminary step toward today's wider rollback. Despite the sweeping nature of the executive order, not all restrictions have been removed. The U.S. will continue to target groups linked to terrorism as well as those involved in the production and sale of Captagon, a synthetic stimulant widely trafficked in the Middle East. Regional and international response. President Trump's decision follows a meeting in May with Syria's interim leader, Ahmed al-Sharaa, held in Saudi Arabia. During that meeting, Trump reportedly committed to lifting sanctions and opening the door to potential normalization of diplomatic ties. Monday's move appears to be the fulfillment of that promise. This is another promise made and a promise kept, said Leavitt. While the United States continues to list Syria as a state sponsor of terrorism and al-Sharaa''s political group as a foreign terrorist organization, State Department officials confirmed that those designations are currently under review. Meanwhile, the international community appears to be aligning with Washington's new direction. The European Union has already lifted nearly all of its remaining sanctions on Syria. Canada, for its part, began easing sanctions earlier this year, introducing a 6-month transition period following the fall of the Assad regime.